Deputy Mattie McGrath.
I too am delighted to be able to speak here this evening, and I want to assure the Minister that the Rural Independent Group won't be found wanting when it comes to these delicate and sensitive negotiations now. But we're in the 11th minute of the 59th minute of the 11th hour. And when I hear all the talk, you had your former Taoiseach, Taoiseach Coveney now, telling us about this backstop he had and what he had and reassurance. So, and then we kind of fell off the trough completely, and we had COVID taken over completely. And the people in the country have switched off. And I questioned the Taoiseach this morning about the health situation and everything else, and RT and himself and the previous Taoiseach. And we have dosed the people, morning, noon and night, with COVID. And we've forgotten about this most important issue. Our nearest, and I nearly said dearest, but they weren't always our dearest, our neighbours. And the trade implications, the implications for education, the implications for the road haulage business, the implications for tourism, the implications for people with British driving licences, multiple implications. The Good Friday Agreement, was an international agreement, and that must be respected. So I don't know what Prime Minister Johnson, he's elected now, and he's making lots of sounds and noises, and the British people obviously voted to go, and we should have accepted that long ago, instead of hoping they wouldn't go, and they might change, and they might do like we did here with Nice, and we did at Lisbon, go back twice, but we didn't. They made the decision and they stuck with it. We have to live with it. But we haven't done any preparations. And Deputy Murphy, I listened to yesterday again today, the MNDO were advising the government. This is the problem with this government and the last government. They have too many cohorts of advisors and consultants, and if you want to cross the road nearly now or cross the levee, you have to get a consultant to do every kind of a study. They're not being told the truth. These people, as has been pointed out, with COVID, it's a whole change situation, and many of the cases haven't been properly examined. And we don't have a proper port and connectivity Rosslare, and that was why I was fighting for the N24, from the west right down into Limerick, into Shannon, into Limerick, Tipperary town, and on to Waterford, onto Rosslare. Connectivity is vital, and a fast, quick port, roll on, roll off from Rosslare has to be. And there is a fund in the EU, and that's there, and I don't know, are we even looking for it? So the Minister would need to clarify that for us. Have we looked for the funding to deal with this kind of putting infrastructure for those daily services? Because we need connectivity. The road haulage situation is in a perilous situation anyway. I mean, to see them stopped now at roadblocks, to see them stuck, they are on a tight schedule with tachographs in the cab and delivery and from farm to fork and from all other export issues. The time is of the essence. They can't afford to be delayed further, and they are very frightened. And anyone I meet doing international travel, they are very frightened. And the drivers, and will they have a right of passage? And we must really be serious about how desperate this is. Minister, I'm disappointed, Minister, I'm disappointed because you mentioned everything about transport. And transport up and transport down. You mentioned about patients in Northern Ireland can come down south and can go to other European countries. But you forgot to mention, and the Taoiseach and Deputy Michael Collins and Deputy Danny Healy-Rae are asking this day in, day out with the last several months. Is there going to be the EU directive? Can the people in your constituency, many of them are going blind, I would go blind only for Michael Collins' bus to Belfast. Belfast are blind is rightly named. And are they going to be able to go all the time? And why won't you come clean on this? The Taoiseach has been asked, and he just kind of waffles and tells people that they're canvassing outside mass to bring him up. It's a serious situation. The health service here is not fit for purpose. We had this release valve, and we need that release valve, and we need certainty because people are booked in to go. And I have people myself in Tipperary. And I want to thank indeed in Deputy Collins and Councillor Danny Collins and in Val and all the staff in his office. The work they do, collecting patients at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, get them onto buses and going up. And they've obliged me in Tipperary to bring passengers from Cashel up as well. And it's a wonderful service. It's a shame or disgrace we had to do it. But that's going to be cut off now. And I know that many people in the HSE would love to have it cut off because they are embarrassed by it. That our money, taxpayers' money, is paying to get the operations done in Kingsbridge, and I thank the staff in Kingsbridge for being so helpful as well. But you never mentioned that. You studiously divided, Minister, your script, and I have looked at your script, and it's not in it. So we need those answers and clarification. But we also need certainty for students who go to college in England and vice versa. We need, they have a tough enough time with last year, and now this year, first year in college. They need some certainty there as well. There are many areas where I think we're closing the gate, closing the guard gate, stable gate, when the horse is bolted. And the President candidate Joe Biden made lots of noises and talks. Let's see now if he gets into the White House, will he be as solid as we want him to be? And I hope he will, because we need our friends now more than ever, and we need to maintain relationships with people in the UK and across the border as well, and we need to go forward as one in Ireland and deal with this together as an island nation as well. Deputy Michael Collins.